The Cocoa Queen, the rise of Patricia Poku Diaby and her cocoa empire. Early life and first steps, from family business to bold ambition. Patricia Poku Diaby began her entrepreneurial journey humbly, not with a chocolate factory, but through her family's trading and transportation enterprise in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. In those formative years, she learned the ropes of logistics, trade, and the challenges of moving goods across borders. That early grounding in commerce and transportation instilled in her a deep familiarity with supply chains, a skill that would later become a cornerstone of her cocoa empire. Having absorbed the lessons of business operations, risk management, and cross-border trade, she didn't remain content with helping run the family business. Instead, she struck off on her own, launching her own trading venture, Plot Enterprise, based in Côte d'Ivoire. That first bold move, transforming from family business affiliate to entrepreneur in her own right, marked the beginning of a career defined by vision, courage, and willingness to challenge the status quo. Series Introduction. It's Monday, the 8th of December, 2025. Welcome to the 108th edition of The Entrepreneur. In today's series, we take a look at the rise of Patricia Poku Diaby and her cocoa empire in Ghana and Ivory Coast. If you are visiting us for the first time, please subscribe, smash the like button, share this video and help us grow our family. If you have already subscribed, then show your support by liking the video and making a comment. Now let's jump right back in. Pivoting into cocoa, the birth of a processing powerhouse. While many in West Africa's cocoa belt continue to export raw cocoa beans, Patricia had a different vision: to add value at home. She foresaw the opportunity not just in harvesting cocoa beans, but in processing them into cocoa liquor, butter, cake, products with higher value and greater demand in global markets.
In 2010, this vision materialized when she founded Plot Enterprise, GH, Ltd., a state-of-the-art cocoa processing facility in Takoradi, Ghana. The facility was built as a modern grinding plant, signaling a shift from trading raw commodities to manufacturing finished cocoa products. Simultaneously, through her group's affiliate Plot Enterprise SA in Côte d'Ivoire, she acquired a grinding plant in Abidjan, effectively creating a regional network that spanned West Africa's two cocoa giants. Over time, her operations scaled impressively. The Takoradi plant alone was built with an initial bean input capacity of around 32,000 metric tons annually. Today, combined across her plants, her company reportedly processes close to 50,000 tons of cocoa per year. By refusing to be just a middleman, and instead becoming a manufacturer, Patricia disrupted the traditional cocoa supply chain in West Africa. She became one of the few, and arguably the only, African woman to own and run large-scale cocoa processing facilities, a domain historically dominated by foreign multinationals and male industrialists. The playbook for success: what sets her apart? What makes Patricia Poku Diaby's success more than luck is the clarity of her strategy, a playbook rooted in values, foresight, and smart risk-taking. Several elements stand out: visionary leadership and strategic expansion. She didn't limit herself to one country or to raw cocoa trading. Her ambition was regional, setting up businesses both in Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire. That allowed her to source cocoa from multiple origins and leverage different market dynamics. Value addition, not just exportation. Instead of exporting raw beans, where profit margins are thinner, she built processing capacity locally, turning cocoa beans into higher value products. This shift from commodity exporter to manufacturer has underpinned much of her wealth and influence.
Embracing innovation and standards. Her Takoradi facility was built with modern technology and processes, enough to meet international standards for food safety management. That allowed her products to compete globally. Diversification and risk management. While cocoa is her flagship, her broader enterprise roots and diversification, as seen in her earlier trading ventures, helped spread risk. It is widely acknowledged that she also has interests beyond cocoa and timber. Strong networks and quiet professionalism. Patricia is known for her discretion: no flashy headlines, little in media, and no public scandals or debt rumors. Yet she uses her networks, builds relationships, and positions her company to meet international demand. Her low-profile, quiet dominance style speaks to focus, discipline, and long-term perspective. Commitment to local value and sustainability. By adding value in West Africa instead of exporting raw beans for foreign processing, Patricia retains more of the economic benefit within the region. Her model challenges the centuries-old extraction model and demonstrates that African businesses can compete at industrial scale. For aspiring cocoa farmers and entrepreneurs in Ghana, Nigeria, Côte d'Ivoire, or elsewhere in West Africa, her story offers vital lessons. Think beyond cultivation, consider value addition, processing, standards, exports, and be willing to invest in long-term capacity rather than quick turnover. Lessons for West Africa's cocoa farmers and entrepreneurs. Patricia Poku Diaby's journey offers more than inspiration, it offers a blueprint for transforming cocoa farming across West Africa. Here are some key lessons. Think value chain, not just yield. Producing beans is only the first step. Real value lies in transforming beans into butter, liquor, cake, and other processed cocoa products. Farmers and cooperatives that band together and invest in processing, even on a small scale, stand to capture more of the global cocoa value.
Invest in standards and quality. Success in exports often depends on meeting international safety and quality standards. Building or joining processing plants that adhere to strict hygiene, quality and traceability protocols can open doors to premium markets. Collaborate across borders. Given that cocoa growing regions span multiple countries, regional cooperation, sourcing beans from several countries, sharing expertise, and coordinating logistics, can create economies of scale, reduce risk, and encourage investment. Embrace diversification and smart business structure. Don't tie everything to cocoa only. Diversifying into related commodities or agribusiness sectors can help smooth out cycles, manage risk, and strengthen the business for the long term. Be disciplined, professional, and strategic. Success does not always require publicity or media fanfare. A quiet, steady focus on delivery, standards, and relationships, as seen in Patricia's case, can be more effective than flashy marketing. Challenge the status quo, add value locally. Historically, much of Africa's cocoa wealth has flowed out as raw beans to be processed elsewhere. Entrepreneurs who invest in local processing help retain value in the region, inspiring others while strengthening the continent's economic sovereignty. What lies ahead? Deepening the cocoa value chain, and why Patricia is ideally positioned. The global cocoa and chocolate market remains huge, but West Africa's value chain capture is still modest. As one recent analysis points out, chocolate consumption per capita in cocoa-producing countries remains very low compared to markets in Europe or North America. Most cocoa is exported raw, while finished products are imported.
This represents a tremendous opportunity. The future of cocoa in West Africa, and beyond, goes beyond bean to butter or liquor. It lies in finished chocolate, confectionery, cosmetics, cocoa-derived food products, cocoa oils, sustainable cocoa-based ingredients, all of which command higher margins and yield greater local employment. Given her track record, Patricia Poku Diaby is well positioned to lead and profit from this next frontier. Here's why. Industrial processing infrastructure already exists. Her plants in Takoradi and Abidjan give her the base capability to process large volumes of cocoa at high standards. Expanding that infrastructure to include chocolate manufacturing or other value-added cocoa derivatives could be a natural next step. Experience with global export markets. Having established distribution links globally across Asia, Middle East, Europe, etc., she already has access to international buyers who value high-quality cocoa derivatives. Strong reputation and credibility. Her status as Ghana's richest woman and a benchmark of success in cocoa gives her strong credibility. This can aid partnerships, raise capital, or influence policy toward supporting further processing and value addition locally. A model of African-led industrialization, as one of the few women, and a consummate African entrepreneur to build such scale in cocoa processing, she serves as a powerful role model. Her successes may attract new investors, encourage governments to facilitate manufacturing, and inspire other entrepreneurs to follow suit. In essence, she is not only well-placed, she is a torchbearer for the next generation of African agribusiness and industrialization. Beyond cocoa, vision, influence, and impact. Patricia's influence goes beyond her balance sheet. Her company has been recognized by Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA, for her contributions to non-traditional export products, especially in amplifying Ghana's global footprint in processed goods.
Her success also challenges entrenched gender stereotypes. She stands out in a male-dominated industry, proving that women can lead large-scale industrial ventures, even in sectors like commodities and manufacturing. For many aspiring women entrepreneurs across Africa, her example resonates loudly. By building capacity in cocoa processing, instead of just exporting raw beans, she retains more value within West Africa, contributes to job creation, encourages reinvestment, and sets a foundation for long-term economic growth beyond extraction. Conclusion: the legacy and the road ahead. The story of Patricia Poku Diaby is not just one of personal wealth. It is the story of vision, tenacity, and transformation. Starting from modest roots in a family transport and trading business in Abidjan, she dared to imagine a future where Africa doesn't just produce raw cocoa, but manufactures cocoa-derived products for global markets. Through strategic expansion, investment in processing infrastructure, adherence to international standards, and quiet yet determined leadership, she has built one of West Africa's largest cocoa processing empires. Through that empire, she has added tremendous value, not just to her bottom line, but to the continent's potential for industrialization. For cocoa farmers, agripreneurs, and value chain aspirants across West Africa, her journey offers a powerful lesson. With bold vision and strategic execution, one can transform raw commodities into wealth, create jobs, and contribute meaningfully to the region's economic sovereignty. Looking ahead, as global demand for processed cocoa products, chocolate, cocoa butter, cosmetics, cocoa-based foods, continues to grow, the time is ripe. Entrepreneurs like Patricia, with infrastructure, know-how, networks, and ambition are uniquely positioned to lead this next wave. If more stakeholders, governments, investors, farmers, rally behind such value chain deepening, West Africa could shift from being a raw material exporter to a global powerhouse in cocoa-derived goods. And at the forefront could well be Patricia Poku Diaby, the cocoa queen who turned beans into a legacy. If you would like to know more, or wish to discuss brand sponsorship of any of our videos on entrepreneurship, please get in touch on any of the social media handles below. All our content is developed from real-life experiences in a professional and entrepreneurial journey that spans across 8 countries and 4 decades. Quote of the week: "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts." Winston Churchill.